more silver. Great. It's got more silver.
It's like easier to watch on the tablet.
Yes.
Like how the silver is?
Howdy.
Howdy.
Yep, that's an Outcry. Also, an IQ Tour Rising. Just need to get a ball out and double check my layout. And hello.
Commentary.
Everything must still be in your trunk.
What color on this one? It's not like a green. It's like a.
Yeah, it's a teal kind of aquamarine.
Yeah, it's different. The stand's a good idea.
I think so too.
Where you going? Huh? Where you going? You not gonna go out and play the red?
What are you doing, Bear?
You don't want to play the red?
Ah, the Discord bot failed.
Oh, the
Failed.
automatic notification?
Yeah.
No, normally it takes a while.
No, it does not.
Yeah, I do. The Rise and Grind stream, it does.
It's because I hadn't had it morning coffee yet.
Yeah.
Copy link.
Perfect.
Yes, that's an Outcry.
Outcry.
And yes, Jonathan got the new Horizon.
Who asked?
One of the guys in here.
IQ Rising.
Here.
Angel's layout. Always.
Pretty simple.
Alright, we're going to drill Angel's ball first. The IQ Rising is an overseas IQ Tour fusion.
There it went.
Find the box here.
No, I did it.
Oh, I was gonna say there it went.
No, I mean.
See, it's R2S hybrid, the C3 centripetal control core, 249 RG 029 differential, R2S hybrid, Pina Colada, IQ Rising.
Smells pretty good.
Yeah, pretty sweet. It's got a little bit of a kind of a teal color, but it's mostly silver. Silver and kind of teal there. So we're going to put this on the press and do this one first. I have also got an Outcry. The first year that I was on staff, I could only throw Storm, so I missed the Outcry, the Hysteria, and the Haywire. I think I also missed the Menace that year, and I really wanted an Outcry. She had an Outcry.
Actually, I think you picked the Outcry for me
Yeah, I
because
did.
you wanted it so bad. You just
Yeah.
wanted to see it roll.
So, but we're bowling on Chromium this week, and I think it might be great because it's 255 RG. It's a hybrid. It's 3000 grit, but it's 255 RG 030 differential. So it's kind of like a high road RG, but a IQ Tour differential. So it should be pretty good for controlling angles. And with it being a 2016 or 2015 core, I believe.
My stuff's in the way.
Some of the stuff, yeah, it's May 14th, 2015.
Yep.
53M or hybrid reactive, 4000 grit actually, 255 RG 030 differential.
That looks like a UC2.
Yeah.
Not in the background, no.
What? No.
There is no UC2 up there, Tobias.
Oh, I could see why the IQ looked like an
IQ tour.
I could see from where I was
Just
at.
making sure on the layout. Because I don't actually measure things. Even though I have this handy dandy fancy little tool. This is Storm's new compass tool, kind of. And it's very, very simple. It's got a hole every 1/4 of an inch. And so it's still got the little point thing here. So you just put this on the, you put that center of the pin, and you can just kind of go wherever you need to go, and then you can go from the mass bias down here wherever you need to go, and it's just a super cool, simple little compass tool. So,
Yep.
very cool.
And as
So-
far as the overseas ball reviews, he's actually only doing those for the Patreon folks.
Yep. When I actually drill an overseas bowling ball.
Yeah.
So.
Because we pay for them, or any ball that we pay for, if he does a review, it goes on the Patreon side.
Yep. So, alright. I'm going to put the IQ Rising on.
Time to make some dust.
Heck yeah. Make sure I get this set up right here. Yes, John is in the background. James says hello. There you go.
Hello. Live and in person. You all
You guys-
so blessed.
I guess if she's cooped up all day, at least she's outside now. Doing something other than driving you insane.
Definitely tell them
She's really
to
good
think
at
of- yeah.
home. Like,
Kids
she
are
just
so
goes
awesome.
upstairs and plays. She turns on the TV, watches whatever she
Yeah.
wants, and gets snacks from it. Like, yeah, it's not bothering
You know
me.
what? I'm just gonna let her hang out
It's
out
also
here.
hard
Yeah.
when
We're gonna go home. We're
she
gonna
wants
stay
to be
here.
outside.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
well, to say the other,
She'll work it out.
when they,
I got Chris when she was 12, so 12 or 13. So
She always yells at us when we
terrible.
pick her up before 3. Mommy,
You
can you
need
come later?
Tobias is asking when you're gonna drill up the Zen and the C4.
I've got them down in the basement. I'm really debating drilling them now, but I'm also debating drilling my original phase and phase G also. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And Jonathan's taller than I am, so careful who you call a midget there, Mr. Bruce and Mr. James.
Easy, boys.
Mijet. With his Mijet.
I may be small, but I'm mighty.
And you don't want to piss me off.
Tiny.
Tiny but awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. God,
Steve G says John prefers the term little person.
yeah.
Exactly.
Midget, please.
Go by.
Daniel says, watched your stream of the league makeup. Man, that looked rough.
Yeah.
For which
That's an
one?
understatement.
Called bowling at Western.
It's
Except
not-
for the one single week that James was there and we had back in.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I want that week back, whatever it was.
Yeah, you can actually move like the shape of the wall.
Oh my god. I had a great weekend that entire weekend. I want that weekend back.
Well, I got like 7:20 or 7:30 too.
Yeah. Scott says everyone's a midget to him too. Scott is 6'4" or 6'5", one of the two. Yeah. Yeah. He said how tall he was, but then when he came into North Rock and I was hooked up, I was like, whoop!
Hi, fella.
Kind of funny, the Rock met Jack one time and he said, now I know what Kevin Hart feels like.
So now you know what I feel like with every human being on Facebook. Brett, the guy that works for me, he's 6'6". And when I talk to him, I literally look at him like this. Wow. Are they roasting me?
Not entirely.
Roasting
But
the
I
other
can-
person. Exactly, Steve.
Yeah. I can watch it on the phone here, and then you can watch it on the tablet if follow the comments.
Yeah, James, Westridge is not fun.
I finally shot 687 last night. Like I actually threw it like
That
normal.
cage though.
It's still great. I know, but I still felt like
But
it
they
was
put
amazing.
neon down last night.
I don't know what they put down last night, but I loved it.
It wasn't neon, I can tell you
I
that.
threw it so well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is nice. Oh, and it's also that I didn't want to be there.
We're calling
It was one of those days.
What's up,
it was
Brent?
like 3 o'clock. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go to leave.
No, it's so weird because some days you can just walk in, you're like, man, this feels great. I can just, go with this winter jacket.
Alright, James got it, 'cause it's all caps. Angel, there's a midget in your garage.
Yeah. Méger. The M
This is the way
word.
he worded that. Hashtag armrest. What do we got watching here? 46.
Figure out what colored grip she wants. She always uses clear or ice in the ring finger.
We'll probably watch.
Going,
So we're doing pink in the thumb,
yeah, we're
is that
doing
what we
pink in
decided?
the thumb.
Okay, so what do I have?
Watch him finish the one ball and we'll hang out. Got a little one that needs sleepy time and bath time because she decided to come over and play in dirt.
Yeah,
That's where she's at right
that's
now.
all we have in the backyard. Thanks,
Dirt
dogs.
and dogs.
Thanks, puppers.
Yeah.
That's where she's at
So-
right now.
Blue or green for the middle finger? So it's kind of a teal color ball.
Mhm.
Looks discord. He was on top of him. Do I need to do my salesman pitch again like normal?
Probably
Yeah.
should.
Huh?
Or do I do white?
I'd do red or
No. I said blue or green.
green.
White was never an option.
Boom.
I mean, red was never an option.
We did this.
Trying to stay out of the way of the camera a little bit.
Why? Oh boy. Should make
No,
you some
I'm
nature.
here. Rise and grind sales guy. Head over to Luke. One left.
Yeah, right, no
I
kidding.
need to get that guy's voice.
Right.
Why don't you rub it down the side?
Because these are urethane, so they're already a little bit textured to begin with. They're not like perfectly smooth. So, and these already fit pretty snugly. So there's actually no reason. The only reason to put glue down the hole is to act as kind of like a lubricant, just to get the
Get it slide down.
to get the slide down in there.
No. We have a question here, so I'm not turning this in. Question, do you all ever do things at Wichita State camps and going this summer? No, we do not. Wichita State pretty much does all that stuff themselves. And
They, as I say, they kind of use Wichita alum, and
Yeah.
we are not that.
I actually used to attend those camps as a kid every year, and they were fantastic.
Your
So it's
jacket's
funny
on
is-
my car.
Now that you say that,
Your
What?
jacket's on my car.
Oh, well.
now that we talk about that, guess who was when I used to go to Wichita State camps every year? Guess who were the bowlers at the time that were instructors? Russ Wilson, his wife, Jay Futrell.
Yeah.
So I used to love those because every year if you go, you get a free bowling ball too. So you get to pick out a bowling
Yes.
ball.
Yes.
Those camps are fantastic.
I went to
So
Nebraska. I went to the Nebraska one.
Are you doing the weekend, or I think they used to do a weekend or like a day or something like that?
If you get too cold, you need to come inside.
Yeah.
Hey Luke, remember when I asked you a question about keeping calm for the Pepsi tournament? Well, I will great because of your advice, so thank you for that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that was, we were talking about that on
Rise and Grind, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Sweet.
I'm going to the weekend one. You will enjoy that, man. I'm telling you, they're a lot of fun. Wichita State does a fantastic job putting those on. You will learn a lot.
Yeah, the wind was blowing so hard yesterday, it kept actually blowing the gate open.
Oh, I know. They was blowing our fence down. Like, we were losing boards.
Oh, good God.
Heck yeah.
I do remember
Yeah.
talking about that the other day.
You just gotta throw the ball sometimes.
That's what I did last night. Amazing.
It's insane.
It is. The guy told me I really don't want to go.
Yeah. You just get to the point where you're like, yeah.
Wichita State camps were a blast. I used to love this. We got to stay in the dorms.
Oh, wow.
So we had to stay. So they were like back then. They were Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and you went home on Sunday. But we didn't go home until Sunday night.
See, I've had no.
We actually stayed in the dorms across the street from where the football stadium is, right there in Wichita.
Uh-huh.
That's what we stayed in those right there.
I've not actually had any sort of camp or coaching. I didn't do youth. I had nothing. I had nothing.
We did. Lots of work. We were in there doing lots of work. Probably one of those stretching. It was great.
Right now, he's drilling the IQ Tour Rising. It was going to be mine.
We're gonna head out after this.
Uh-huh.
Little one is
Luke, do you remember what was your first ball that you drilled?
First ball that I drilled.
Yeah.
Drilled one. It was a smash. Was there a smash zone in Brunswick? Yeah. Dustin Taylor. Brunswick smash zone for Dustin Taylor. So it's still a bit like a glove.
My rising actually came from a person that was in our Patreon. I think I purchased it over a year ago now.
We've had this for years and years now. This is one of the first ones we got.
I don't think it'd been 2 yet, but it's been a while either way.
Oh, there's somebody giving me a thanks for getting me.
Oh yeah, read that.
Too.
Oh yeah.
Am I allowed to comment on that, Bo? It looks really good. How about that?
Whoops. Okay. Let's see if I'm screwed up there. Okay.
If I could drill something right now from that side, it would be a Zen, and it would be. That's all right. Somebody asked where you got that.
Yeah, I answered it.
Oh, okay, good.
That one I could answer.
Sorry, it's kind of hard of hearing over here.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything like that growing up in Alaska. We still don't really, except my jazz now comes up every once in a while. Jazz now's a heck of a coach, man.
Yeah. Jazz Now's the one that does at the Nationals, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's Brad's coach. Coach is Brad.
Yeah. I forget the cost of it, but it's when you do it, I know James did it. He talked about it a couple times different in Discord.
Put a face in here and say hi. Anything. Huh?
Yeah, she's having fun over there.
Did you bowl in high school? If so, what was your average for first year? Great question. So
They
I
didn't have high school.
Yeah.
bowling.
We didn't have high school bowling when I was young.
Yeah. Luke and I are going to be 40 this year. There was no high school bowling then.
I'm 32 and I didn't have high school bowling,
I
so
started my senior year.
I'm
Oh.
from Missouri, the state of Missouri.
I didn't bowl because I was
So
trying to get it for
Kansas
years.
actually got it where we're at currently. Kansas actually got it a lot sooner than we did. It started coming around at the end of my youth career on the Kansas side, but in Missouri we did not have it. If I was to tell you what my average in high school was, it was in the 200s. I don't know exactly what it was at the time.
Yeah. I think the first time I actually set an average, it was in the 140s.
So I couldn't tell you that if I would actually bowl high school bowling if I could have went back in time if we actually had it because they don't allow you to bowl like PCO.
Yeah.
Yeah, during high school bowling, you can't bowl youth league, you can't bowl any other tournaments. It's high school bowling for 3 or 4 solid months, and that's it.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Now that's different by state, isn't it? Because I was thinking that like the Kansas state or whatever is the one that regulated it, so it must be other states.
Got the ball smell?
No.
There's nothing like the smell of first field bowling.
Unless it's molded. Because those smell like paint.
I had to say that.
Yeah.
It smelled like.
They are very pretty, but they stink to high heaven. Oh my goodness.
Yes, they do. Brent Coleman. Came out when I was sophomore year in high school, but went into bowling at the time.
Mm-hmm.
See, I still would not, if I was in the Kansas side and at that age, I would not bowl high school bowling strictly because I get limited on how many tournaments I can bowl. I'd rather bowl tournaments.
I didn't start bowling until I graduated anyway. So.
Yeah, I think I bowled half a season in the youth league, and that's just because a friend of mine was like, please bowl, please bowl, please bowl. And I'm like, fine. So I went, and that was it.
I mean, it's something I started when I was about 5 years old. You'd think I'd be better at it than what I am, but no.
Yeah, Angel's gonna be 40 in about 5 weeks.
Yeah, it is 5 weeks.
It's all downhill from there.
May 2nd.
I'm not ready. I do not want to
Really
turn
getting
30.
messed up with
Really?
May 5th because of Cinco de Mayo. And
No, it was in the 20s. I'm like, I don't want to leave the 20s. I'm good. Like,
No.
you just leave me in the 20s
I
forever.
don't care. It does not bother me at all.
Well, my 30s kind of stunk because of the pandemic. Turned 30 in the pandemic.
Yeah, but the 20s, you start feeling a lot more aches and pains when you hit that 3-0.
That's actually hilarious because Luke and I were, neither one of us cared that we turned 30. We're like, yeah, we're fine. We're good. Whatever. And then all of a sudden, like 3 months into it, we roll out of bed and we're like, ow.
Yeah.
And like every time we moved, it's ow. Like, wait a minute.
that's why I said. That's why I said that.
So true.
Once you hit a certain age, you respond to everything that startles you with "ow."
Yeah.
It's like ow. It's like wait, that didn't.
It's
hurt.
so,
It is very true. You hit your hand, like you do something like,
Yeah, it's
ow.
like ow. Oh,
like,
wait, that
throwing a
didn't-
bowling ball for the first time after a few days, like your first ball warm up.
Right.
I used to be able to just throw it. Now it just, like, I feel like I need a wheel.
Yeah, you come running in, you rip off your sweatpants to youth league, and you're like, yep, let's go. And now it's like, hold on, I got to get there like 20 minutes early, and I got to stretch and get out the rock sauce and rub it on it. Yes.
Which are you going to get a promotion to?
We have them.
Huh?
We have 3 already, and a 4th one arrives tomorrow.
Yeah.
Promotion tour?
Yeah, we already
Yeah.
have a case of them.
We have
There you
4.
go.
We have 4 promotion tours, 2 apiece.
That answers your question. 2 apiece here on the promotion tour for eight over.
I had 2, and so
One yet.
no.
Have you?
Nope.
We actually, when we were downstairs trying to figure out what was next that we wanted to drill, we kind of started looking at by the date of the ball, how old we've had it sitting down there.
Yep.
because he pointed out that the longer that they sit, they kind of continue to cure and they don't react the same after so long. So if it continues to sit there, then why did we spend the money on them? Why do we have them? So it's either, you know, at the 5-6 year mark, if we haven't put holes in it, we need to decide. No, they're actually like a deep turquoise. I can go get one. I'll go get one.
Typical layout for Angel's bowling balls.
5 by 3.5 by 3.5.
And there you have it. All of Angel's bowling balls are the exact same layout, just because that goes what she's comfortable with.
Ooh, that's a great question. What do you think is better than I would think.
Yeah, for today's conditions, the phase 2 is probably the better benchmark ball length.
This chair is perfect because I can see, right? All the comments that come up. Because if I stand up, I'm squatting.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that was good. Oh, I'm getting the camera. It's over here? No.
Yep.
There's no minute, man.
That one's in.
There it is, folks. Let's see if I can get the camera. Can you see it?
Yep.
And there it is.
Yeah, I'm good.
That smells good.
There we go.
Smells good.
It is the. Can you see it?
Yep.
Promotion with the Belmo logo. It
Heck
smells
yeah.
fantastic, by the way. Really good. Might be one of my favorites. Oh no,
Yeah.
the emerald. Not bad.
Yeah. I have a few emerald stashed too.
There's one over here.
Yeah, I had him take it downstairs so that way there's more room on the workbench for him. We are bowling a couple tournaments this weekend, so I'm going to take, well, that's going to go with me to league on Friday, and then I'm going to take that with me this weekend too. I love that core.
IQ to red. What's your IQ red? Imagine an IQ ruby. Who are you bowling with on Saturday?
I am bowling with Tobias.
Tobias. Luke is bowling with Shim, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, James stole Luke from me.
carrying.
And I am bowling with Trent Bumgarner. The
Okay, see you later, Scott.
brother of the best lefty in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But he's a righty.
Kratos. James, I think the parallax is calling your name to drill.
I might bring my parallax.
Oh, please do.
Ha, ha.
Then you, every time you strike, you can just sit there and go, smelly.
All right, boys and girls, I think it's time for me to. Yes, bowling in Lawrence this weekend. I think
Yes.
It's time for us to head home so we can get the little one in bed.
Yep.
She is
All of
playing
you
in
in
the dirt.
YouTube land. We'll see you later. I'm
Yep.
sure we'll
Tomorrow.
see- Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday.
Bowl league.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow.
Come on.
I've lost track of days.
Misto,
It's been that way since I've gone back to
Misto.
work.
Misto. Remember, sweetie?
But regardless, we'll see everybody on Friday.
Misto.
Yeah.
Right? For
Yeah.
Rise and Grinds for a special one.
Yeah, we're doing Rise and Grind special on Friday, and James is actually going to be streaming all of bowling this weekend on Saturday and
Perfect.
Sunday on his channel.
This'll.
We will see you all on Friday for Rise and Grinds. It's not going to really be a Rise and Grinds, but we're going to have some fun, so tune in and watch us. And I've got to do this before I leave, so head over to luke.bowlinglabs.com to pick up your Heck and Urethane t-shirts. Your Panda Pack patches. With
She might
polka
after they
dottos
leave. She might
For a
after.
great
She's
cause.
yeah. Just wait.
Rayla, come here. You want to say hi to YouTube? Come here. We're going to do this. before
Yeah.
we leave.
There
Everybody
you
say hello
go.
to my little one.
Yeah.
She's a mess. She was out playing in their dirt.
That's my mini me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody, say hi.
Dog.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow night.
Yep.
Are we going tomorrow?
Huh?
No. We should be coming around you guys again here soon. So you can check
Oh,
out
look out.
I just need to remember to bring my urethane ball.
Yep.
Durango's probably watching you.
Yeah. Bringing my urethane ball.
Oh.
Oh
Thank you,
gosh.
Sarah. We'll see you.
Thank you for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for dinner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Drill and stream away, but I'll see you tomorrow night and Friday. I'm looking forward to Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully Norseman. People get to watch
Yeah.
us enjoy some.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have a stream from my brother's brewing company with some tasty treats.
In the windows, hopefully.
Yeah.
Weather's supposed to be good Friday?
Yeah.
70s?
Supposed to be 65, 70s.
Oh, heck yes.
Yeah. Missile.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Missile.
Oh,
Mistletoe.
wait, those-
Wrong direction, puppy.
Come here, babies. Come here, Yuna. Come here, Yuna. Here's a mistletoe.
Yep. Yep. Doing a heck and terrify.
Yeah, she doesn't care for the camera and she doesn't care to be held. So this is double trauma here.
I know, it's okay, Mistle. I know. Yeah.
But there's a puppers.
Oh, you turned 50 Saturday? Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
happy
everybody
birthday.
says- yeah. Everybody says that 40 is old, but it doesn't feel old. I feel a little slower, I guess.
Yeah, we definitely don't feel
A little
20,
slower
but
and stiffer, but yeah, 40 is not bad. Not
No.
bad at all. So
no.
all right, I'm gonna finish up kind of buzzing angel stuff, and then I'll get on drilling my outcry.
Connor says 65 to 70. I'm jealous. I live in Michigan. We're supposed to get snow. Here go Panda. See if she'll let me here. There's Panda. She's got dirt all in her. She's been rolling around the dirt. She goes to the groomer next week. Thank you, Rosie. Hey, your birdie.
All right. Put your hand in there and see if the
Okay.
middle finger might be a little snug.
No, it's feeling pretty good. Because I can get past my knuckle.
There.
So if I can get past my knuckle now, then I'm good.
Thumb should be perfect. What you doing, bear dog? More pugger. Ask
Feels a
for big.
little rough.
Yeah, I produced any cut on there. So.
Okay. But other than that, yeah, the fit's great. It's just if the texture of it's a little bit rougher than normal.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be doing a video for the Outcry. Storm kind of prefers that he only do stuff that people can walk into their pro shop and get, because not everybody understands. Panda sniffing the tower here. Not everybody understands the discontinued balls or overseas balls. So if they see something in a video, they think they can just walk in their pro shop and say, I want this ball, and it doesn't usually go over well. Yeah, that's better. Oh, if you're talking about the contraption over his on the side of him, yeah, it's an innovative ball spinner that's over on the side of him. The IQ TNP smells fantastic. It's like a orange dreamsicle, sort of. Not super sweet. Yeah, that Belmo spare, it's actually the original. We are doing a fixed job on that one.
Yep. So it's been kind of beat. It's actually was used. It was drilled, and so I'm doing a fix 'em up job on it. And so the fingers have already been plugged. I just kind of it's the rough finish, and then I'm going to cut this down. There's a chip over here that I might have to drill out and plug, but I'm going to resurface it first and see what happens. If I do decide to drill that little spot out, then I can just drill it out, cut it, and then spot finish it. But it's seen some better days. But whether it's a display piece or somebody actually wants to use it, I'm going to end up, yeah, I mean, it's going to look pretty good. It's going to look just about as good as it can with...
considering its use.
Yeah, considering it's been used. So once we get it resurfaced, it's going to take some of that yellow out, kind of the yellow tint to it. And you can see here on the thumb that it's pretty easy to plug a clear ball. You just use, you don't have to put any tint or any color. You're not mashing anything. So it comes out the same color that the ball is. And so,
you just can't do a rush job with it.
Yeah. So this is ready to cut, but I poured it 3-4 days ago. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and then we'll take and put it in the resurfacer for a while, and then if I do need to plug that, I will. But yeah, this ought to look pretty sharp when I'm done with it.
You want to turn the heater on behind you a little bit? I guess we can't with everything on.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions, you can ask.
Yeah. As a reminder for any pro shop individuals watching, this display back here,
You can kind of see it. I'll turn off one of those lights. There you go.
can go in your pro shop. All you have to do is get in touch with your regional sales manager with Storm. And you can get one of these.
No spare balls smell that Storm makes.
Nope. So you can get these. They also come in rotogrip versions. Plus they have wall graphics that fit on the slats in the wall behind where you put the ball cups or the ball holders. So I got me one of these to stick in my little pro shop here. Yep. But yeah. Reach out to your regional sales manager. They'll get you an order form and all kinds of good stuff with these. So spice up your pro shop a little bit. Also, when we're doing smaller grips like this, it can be tough to kind of get the glue in the right spot. And so I've got special little tip extenders that you put on here. So this goes on the tip of the glue bottle.
Yep, there you go.
So you put that on the tip of the glue bottle and you snip that off. And then instead of snipping the tip of the glue bottle off as the glue kind of solidifies in there, this is kind of what that looks like. You can gradually kind of snip the top off of the extender here, and then when you get down to the glue bottle, then you can put another extender on here. And that way it also helps you kind of get down in between the grip and the ball. It's very convenient, very helpful. So I like these things quite a bit. So whether you glue your own grips in or you're in a shop and you've never heard of them before, they're pretty helpful. So Angel's ball is done.
Woohoo!
Another great job, if I might say so myself. This is how to properly drill and glue in grips.
And if you'll notice how much bevel is on there. There's
Yep.
been quite a few people on SRG BBFS on Facebook that has made the posts of saying that their ball has been found cracked or holes or whatever, and
Yeah.
have to get enough bevel on the finger grips.
Glue them flush with the ball. And if you get enough bevel on there, it kind of helps. You don't need to go crazy, obviously, but you need to get enough on there. And then if you glue the grip under the cover stock material, if you glue the grip to the filler material that's on the inside, that'll help prevent the circular cracks. And just beveling a little bit.
And what's the distance you don't want to,
An inch
An inch, okay.
is normally what
So if you
you're-
get closer than an inch, you just want to drill it out.
what you're
or-
after. So yeah, and that's about an inch. It's more of an inch from the
Yeah.
so it's close enough, and especially if you bevel around the grips, anytime the ball hits funny in the pit or something like that, it doesn't have that sharp edge that isn't going to absorb the impact that well. So that's about as good as you're going to get, if I might say so myself. So, all right, I'm going to drill my Outcry now. Pretty excited about this. I don't get too excited about drilling bowling balls anymore, but this is one that I always wanted to throw, and hopefully it will look good on Saturday. That's kind of what I'm drilling for. We're blowing on chromium on Saturday.
Are you going to take it tomorrow and just test it out there?
Probably not.
Really? I think you should, just because.
It's on the half shot, so I'm not going to learn anything or figure anything out.
I know, but it's a new ball and you should throw it. Saturday is helium, Sunday's chromium.
Yeah, I don't want to break the surface.
One shot's going to break the surface. The IQ Rising was actually an overseas ball. It is
Yep.
the overseas version of the IQ Tour Fusion. What grit do you use to get your thumbs super smooth? It's just the sanding discs that come with the...
Yeah, most of the time the sanding discs come at 100 or 125. And there's different, if you, like I have a more used one here and it kind of smooths out. So you can kind of go back and forth between new ones and used ones to get kind of the desired smoothness or effect.
Missed something here. My girlfriend has a UFO, and last week she had a big gouge down by the bottom of the thumb hole. Do you know what would cause this?
Yeah, sometimes if a screw gets loose somewhere, the ball will come back and hit the screw head and get a gouge out of it. But if it's not the track, it really doesn't matter. It's the funny thing that it's ugly and it sucks. But, you know, if you'll notice, the labels of a bowling ball are nothing but a series of gouges. But they're just kind of organized in something that looks pretty. So what they do, this is actual ball damage. And so if you hear a ball go kind of scuff, 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 scuff down the lane, it's rolling over the labels. Because it kind of makes that, kind of the noise that it makes. Because that's actual ball damage. I mean, they are gouging labels into the ball and filling it with paint. And so if you do get a cut in the ball, it sucks because it's not pretty. But it really doesn't matter if it's not in your track. And even if it is in your track, most of the time, these labels, I mean, her track is right here. So it's going to go over this IQ Rising logo several times. And as it flares, it's probably going to end up going over these labels just like that. So it's ugly and it sucks, but ultimately not that big of a deal.
Tobias says, wait, so the thunder is from the labels?
Yeah.
No, Tobias, not in your case. Good try, though. Good call, Colin. He says, hold on, Thumper.
I finally learned something here too, that for some reason I just have an old school habit to kind of kick the CG out a little bit, but I tuck my pinky, and so normally when I put my fingers in there, the CG length, this is 2.5-inch pin pretty much, which is a pretty optimal range for the CG, well, always ends up rubbing on my knuckle there, and so I, for some reason, keep doing that, and it just irritates the living crap out of me, and so I thought, well, the next time I do this, I'm going to put the CG somewhere else, because it really doesn't matter where this goes, whether it's here, whether it's here, whether it's here, it doesn't matter because it's a symmetrical ball. So I have positioned the center of gravity out of the way, so I'm not going to feel it on my pinky when I tuck it.
The Hyro Pearl is not a bad ball either.
Nope, and I'm also going to redo my High Road T that I had right-handed.
Have you plugged that one yet?
No.
Okay. Couldn't remember if that one got plug job or not.
Very easy switch from my fingers.
Can you put a short pin layout on a 5-inch pin?
Yeah. Yeah, if I didn't pin the CG, then all you really need to do is just put the CG in the center of your palm. If it's on a symmetrical ball, it really doesn't matter what the CG is at. So as long as it's not illegal, which is very hard to get with 3 ounces now.
There you go, Steve. You got that. Yeah, as far as ball companies go, we're going to be biased since Luke's on staff with Storm, so.
Yep, heavily biased. Of course, if I didn't like the stuff, I wouldn't be on staff with them. So
Yeah.
there is that.
It's just kind of, I mean, it's not that we can't look at other balls or think that, oh, that's pretty or that looks nice or something. We haven't thrown it, so we couldn't speak from personal.
Yeah, and I would have to say that if I wasn't on staff with Storm, I would like to be on staff with Motive because I've kind of always liked their stuff.
Kratos has a question. He donated $4.99.
Oh, sweet. What's up? How much I gotta pay for Luke to explain ball drillings to me? Actually, I always recommend this to people. Alex Hoskins with Storm made a ridiculously good series of ball videos or layout videos called the Storm Pin Buffer Layout System. There's 3 of them, and I've attempted to do layout videos before, but he does that so well, and there's pictures and there's videos and it's so well done that.
Yeah, it's like he took a year in PowerPoint and just, dear Lord.
So very involved.
I watched them probably 3 or 4 times each. They are fantastic.
Yeah, he did such a good job that if you want to know about layouts, go watch Alex Hoskins. Well, they're on the Storm Bowling channel, but Alex Hoskins is the one that put them together. Storm Pin Buffer Layout System.
Yeah.
And that will teach you everything you need to know about drilling bowling balls, internal dynamics, pin to pat, PSA to pat, pin buffer, whatever else. So.
Yep. If you, Kratos, I think you're in Discord, if I remember correctly. There is a command in there. I think it's explanation layouts. James created it. That will get you to the YouTube channel of those specific videos.
4 9/16 full cut, 4.5 plus perfect, and 27-bit. I don't use interchangeable thumbs or whatever because I've got such a simple fit.
Calling through the phase 2 for the first time today.
Sweet.
There is a general side to Discord that is free. So if you just want to get in, check it out, and talk to people, you can do that. I think James is posted in the chat up above if he's already left right now. So you can scroll up in the chat and click on the link, join the Discord. All you have to do is have an email, but there is a free side to it. If you want a little bit more and see access to other channels behind the paywall, the Patreon is $5 a month. It charges your card once a month. It's going to start here in the next few days.
Yeah,
So
if you want a free preview of it, just wait until, because Patreon charges from the 1st through the 5th. And so if you want a free preview without charging your card, then just wait until like the 6th or the 7th or something, then you can preview it for the rest of the month. So you'll have basically 3 weeks free to check it out. And that's
So if you sign up like 6th or 7th of May, then you'll be able to check it out.
So yeah, and the reason I'm telling you that is because it's not a money grab or anything. It's if you want the extra stuff, cool. If you are happy with what you get on YouTube and whatever else for free, that's fine too. It's just extra stuff that's kind of behind the scenes. We also have a dog channel. We have a food channel. We have several different members only channel and really members only channels. And really what the $5 is a troll filter. So if you ever go on to online ball forum or online bowling forums or free membership sites or whatever, they can get really toxic. Nobody's going to pay $5. They're not going to enter their credit card information to come troll some people on a bowling server. So that's mostly what that is. Plus it helps me out a little bit. This stuff's all pretty expensive, but it helps out a little bit, but it's mostly a troll filter, and most of the people that are even in the general site are actually pretty awesome. You just get extra channels and extra stuff behind the paywall that you don't get in the general channel. And if you're on the general channel and want to see what that's all about, hop over on the other side for a couple weeks, see if you like it or not. And if you don't stay, it's no big deal. Like I said, this is not for the money. We would do it regardless. It helps. And again, that's why it's $5 a month too. I mean, if I was trying to make money on it, like $10, $15, $20 a month or something like that. But like I said, it's more of a troll filter than anything.
Yeah.
Helps us out a little bit, but it's not a.
Yes, Ilpat is the troll. You are correct.
Yeah,
I guess we have the troll that guards the gate, and he's that troll. How's that? He can be the troll.
Troll. And then there's James. My God.
I don't think he's in here, so go ahead and roast him.
That special James Niffin dark roast.
Mr. Bill's not really a troll. He's more like a big kid. He will be the big brother that you wish you didn't have and like poke at you and take your cookies from you and throw them.
Yeah. Little does James know, but he's coming in town this weekend. We actually got him some paddles for his canoe.
Oh, God. Yes, fruit is the punching bag. You are correct. Yep, Matt Lawler's here. Matt Lawler's here. That's okay. You can be clueless. Luke likes to say those people are just what was the word you kept saying that has a stigma to it that just means uninformed? Ignorant. Yes. He likes to say that people.
Ignorant's not a bad word.
Nope. Clueless and ignorant can kind of be interchangeable. You just don't know yet.
Ignoramus is a bad word. Ignorant's not a bad word.
Yeah. Yes, just a bunch of bowling nerds. There you go. That is a good description. We've got people from Australia that are in there. I think there's 2 from Australia. There's somebody from Hawaii that's in there. On the general side, there's somebody from the UK that's in there. So they're all over the world. It's really awesome. Currently, the Outcry is what is on the press.
Program Outcry.
He already finished the IQ Tour Rising over there. You can kind of see it in the background. That one's mine. Yes. Cleaning your equipment actually a good way to keep from having to detox it so often or resurface as much.
If you use a chamois, chamois are better than microfiber towels, and it doesn't have to be a ball company chamois. A chamois will work. Figure out what slug I want in here.
The IQ Tour Rising actually, we kind of got to the point where we went down there. We were just kind of cleaning, rearranging what's going to go in the bag this weekend. What are we going to take to league, test out, make sure everything fits. And we started looking at the boxes of things that we had been sitting and not put holes in it. We started seeing how long they had been sitting. So we decided, well, if we're going to drill them, then we need to drill them or we need to sell them. And these are both 2015 balls. So after they sit for so long, they're either going to get holes or they're going to get sold, and we didn't want to sell them, so they're getting holes. So that's why it got drilled. SPI has not released anything in a couple months. Rumor has it that they were so backlogged on making the current releases that they basically couldn't pour anything else.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff on back order right now, so they're trying to catch up with production for the other stuff before they release anything new. So we have had an unusually long window of like 2 months or something crazy like that. But just in case you're interested, this is another interesting thing that I do. It's kind of I lost my figure of speech that I was going to use, but it's
Trick of the trade.
Kind of. It's something that's more paying attention, I guess, the little extra step or whatever. So you take the slugs. Once you drill the hole out for the slug, you go on ahead and insert the slug, and then you drill the hole out of the slug. But they all come with, just perfectly cylindrical. So what I like to do is I like to round off the bottom edge so that when you're putting the slug in here, it doesn't, basically this will scrape all the glue off the side of the slug or off the side of the ball all the way down. So if I round the edge of it off, that allows the glue to kind of get in between the sides of the slug and solidify a little bit better. So, and then once I do that, this vent slit on here is just to allow air to escape while you're installing the slug, and you'll also want to go on ahead and punch through it while you're drilling it, because this also prevents the kind of vacuum effect. So if your slug does not have the hole drilled all the way through it, if you drill the hole all the way through it, then that will allow air to escape when your thumb is actually coming out of the thumb hole, so that you don't get that. There is such a thing as the thumb hole fitting too well, and if it does that, you won't necessarily stick on the way out of the ball, but you'll get kind of more a vacuum effect. So this is just a little trick of the trade to...
I'm not sure there is a phrase. What do you call a two-hander and a one-hander in one person? I don't think there is a term for that.
Confused.
No, there you go. Yeah, Malcolm said the same thing. Confused is what you call them. As far as the two-handed, one-handed, you actually have to have a ball for both of them. So
Yeah,
if you...
now that you can't have weight holes.
So a person can be two-handed and one-handed. But so if Luke is two-handed and one-handed, he still has to let go of the ball with the same hand. And if he throws a ball two-handed, he can only have the two finger holes in there for that one. And then when he wants to use just one hand, he has to have a different ball that has all three finger holes, or doesn't use this thumb or whatever. USBC actually made that rule. I think they announced it about 3 years ago, but they gave a warning basically of a 2-year window to get your balls fixed.
Yeah, it went effective in August of last year.
Which for that kind of rule, it was actually really nice that they gave a 2-year window, because there's not everybody either has the finances, or if there's somebody who has, 8 balls that they need to go and have fixed. Yes, August 1st, 2020, and they announced it sometime in 2018, I want to say. And they said then that it wasn't going to go in effect until August 1 of 2020, so everybody knew that they had time. Oh, wow. Malcolm says his leagues there made him do it immediately.
Very important. Always reset the pitches before cutting off the slug. This is a mistake that once you're starting out in a pro shop, you will always make. There is no one in the history of pro shop work that has not accidentally forgotten to reset the pitches before cutting off the slug. You get in a rush, you go to cut off the slug, and then all of a sudden,
Take a chunk out of the ball.
digs right into the ball, and you take a little half moon out of it. Especially when they're sharp.
Malcolm says he literally made this mistake 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it happens to everybody. Something you cannot escape.
It's absolutely embarrassing, I'm sure, but
Oh, yeah,
it's
awful. Especially because you can't really fix it. Like when this plug cutter is brand new, like this one is. This is actually a 2-inch plug cutter, where this is the 3-inch. This is the most common one, but this one's better for cutting plug, and this one is great for cutting either circular plug or thumb slugs off or turbo switch grips or something like that, just because you don't need the extra material there. And so I did go on ahead and get a 2-inch router bit, which is really cool. But they're really sharp, and so when they come out, they can kind of score or kind of cut the ball, especially if it's a plastic ball. But you know, that is not near as bad as actually gouging the crap out of it when you forget to reset the pitches. So my Outcry is done because I just have a round thumb hole. So I just need to do my finger work here and
there you go. You can catch up on questions now.
Alright, so I'm kind of in between on finger grips. If I go the next size up, they're a little too big. So what I do is I buzz the fingers out and kind of form fit them myself. Check these and see how close I am.
I am an oval thumb. He is not. But it's only one extra cut, or no, two extra,
Fingers
one each
feel
way.
fairly normally sized because that ball, my IQ Tour fingers fit pretty good, so it's just a little snug.
Some bowling alleys can take small gouges. Kind of depends on how old the center is and how well the machines are maintained.
Perfect. Flip that back on.
Okay.
Alright, that's good. I think we're good. Plus that way I can kind of funnel these a little bit. Your finger is always smaller at the tip than it is the knuckle. And so with the grips, they're just a uniform size from top to bottom, and so I don't like the feeling of having them fitting up here, but then wiggle room at the tip. And so if I use a smaller grip, it still snugs up kind of on the tip, but funneling them out at the top gives me some flex at the top of the grip that I like. So it's a more form-fitting feel throughout the entire grip.
Yeah, Malcolm, we actually have a phase flow in the basement, and I get one for myself also because got Luke one. I had actually tried to order him one for Christmas, and that failed, and was able to pick one up a couple weeks ago for him.
You get it, I'll show it off.
Okay.
I'm gluing these.
Okay. You talk to people. Watch the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, phase. James actually got a phase flow. Let's see. Mill and ring finger the same length. We drill them on the same level. I do the same thing. My span, my ring and middle finger span are only a 30-second different, but due to the differences in the grip sizes, I just draw one line and drill them both on the same line, but the ring finger will be a 30-second elevated just because the ring finger grip is smaller than the middle grip. So that actually works out perfectly.
It is a little bit hard if they announce a ball overseas and you pay it, but part of that, you pay the price to get one before everybody else, and if that's the price it is at the time, then that's what it is.
Tough here.
Does color matter on finger grips? The clears are a little bit tackier than the others.
Yeah, the clears are actually softer and grippier / tackier than the rest of them are. The black ones seem to be the firmest. And so, yes, there is actually kind of somewhat a difference. I don't like to see the finger grips rolling down the lane. I'm okay seeing the thumb hole rolling down the lane, but I do not like seeing grips rolling down the lane. But I do like the clear ones because they're gummier. It's like putting your fingers in a couple of gummy bears.
And I use the clear and my ring finger because I'm between sizes. So we went with the slightly bigger size, but with the clear grip, I don't feel like I'm going to drop it. We tried different. He used to try and bevel or sand my finger hole out too and just never could get it consistent. I was way too picky. So this was the easiest fix, and it's
again,
consistent.
Yeah, it's tackier, it's gummier, it's a little bit more flexible, and so yeah, it just doesn't. It's a better feel, even though the technical size is the same. Yep, that's a good point. I just glue the sides in case I have to shim. Yes, and that's a very good point. I also just glue the sides. So like you said, I just put a dab on the inside down in the filler material on each side. So yes, I've got plenty of flexibility. I've also got flexibility here at the top too. So I've got this grip has plenty of room to flex. But if you do need to put shims in either the front or the back of the finger holes, you can do that. So this is the proper way to glue in grips.
Yeah.
So this is the wrong place. I apologize. I've been looking into getting my first urethane. The guy has a Motive Tank Blitz and is taking offers. What do you think would be a reasonable number? I'm not sure about the Tank Blitz. If it already
My
has...
general rule with used stuff is the price of the ball, plug work, re-drilling it, grips, everything should be 50% of a new ball or less, depending on the condition. That's my general rule for it. So whatever a new in-box Tank Blitz would be, drilling, grips, out the door. If that total price was $250, then you know, don't spend more than 125 on the used one total.
Yeah, clear's going to be gummier no matter what you're using it. They're tackier, they're softer. I also find out for me that they don't wear out nearly as quickly because they're a little bit more flexible. And that feels amazing. They're a little tighter than but that kind of allows me to snug my fingers down in there. So yeah, that's actually, oh yeah, that feels great.
Oh yeah, Jonathan is in here. Okay, Jonathan's the motive guy. He's the best one. I say your hands are a little cold, aren't they, right now? Anna?
Yeah, a little cold, but I'm basing it off of this, and this feels just a hair bit bigger, but these grips have also been used, so they're just a hair bit bigger at the top, but they feel pretty good. So yeah, this feels really good, and even if my fingers swell up a little bit, I've got enough flex there that I'm going to be able to get them in. So yeah, that
Okay.
feels really good.
All right.
And I'm gaining weight the next couple days, so
I don't know. You're going to Norseman.
yeah. Roto Grip Outcry. It's my first one of these. Pretty excited. So, it's my layout. It's 5-inch pin, which is really funny because I keep telling people 5-inch pins are not great for lefties, but the better I throw it, the more I like 5-inch pins. Everything that I really like has a 5-inch pin on it. Anything else that I've tried, the only pin in ring finger that I like is my Synergy. Didn't work out so well in the High Road Max. Didn't really work out well in the Phase 2. I've got a 4-inch Phase 3 basically, that where my ring finger is basically where my middle finger is on this one, so it's pretty strong layout. It's kind of early and smooth, and so it's a little bit more conditional, situational. I've got a 2-inch pin MVP Attitude that just doesn't make it out a whole lot. So anything else that's not 5 inches, even the asymmetric stuff, it's 5-inch, but it's a 3.5-inch PSA to PAP, which is pretty strong for that. And so it gets through the fronts pretty good, and it really winds up hard. And this allows me to just kind of get inside of it and float it. So the 5-inch pins have just been really, really good, actually. So I'm taking back what I said about 5-inch pins and lefties.
I just put a link in there to join the Discord. There's a lot of discussion back and forth as far as what ball should I get. You know, I need help building an arsenal. Billpad puts in daily questions for people to answer. Just a bunch of stuff goes on. So, whoops, as I bump the tripod. But yeah, that's the general Discord. It's free. You don't have to pay anything for that if you want to join. And Luke's in there. I'm in there. James is in there. Kratos is in there. Colin's in there. Jonathan's in there. Seeing what other names are in the chat at the moment. I believe Clint Harris is in there.
Promotion tool.
Yes, the fast pitch is fantastic.
As long as I have it sitting here.
Yep, Jonathan had that out earlier.
This is a Promotion Tour. It's got R2X solid on it, or it's got, this is basically the Trend / Promotion Core with the High Road X cover on it. Solid polish, just like the High Road X, it's just on the Trend / Promotion Core. And it smells like the IQ Emerald. It's the Melon Mint. It's a overseas ball, which is pretty cool. It's kind of hard to see in that lighting. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting.
Yeah.
It's kind of a darker, it's not necessarily a teal, it's kind of a cross between teal and forest.
No,
green
it's
or
the
something.
same shade as your Outcry, just a darker color of it, I think.
All right. Did you bring up the phase flow?
Yeah, it's behind you. I was going to take the tour back down while you got the flow out. So I'll take that one from you.
This is the phase flow. This is GI 18 solid, so it's the 2018 version of the Sherlock cover, basically. On the velocity or phase core, it smells like candy apples, so it's kind of a cross between like IQ Tour and High Road Max. It's kind of got that caramel apple scent to it that it's very, very like Granny Smith apple. Not like green apple, but that's like Granny Smith apple
Yeah.
through and through. This is the phase flow. Very, very cool ball. Another overseas ball, but yes, this is one of the coolest it's just one of the coolest looking balls you've ever seen. So
Yeah, the prices for these things are going to be from $350 to $400, depending on what the person paid to get it over here. Each of the overseas vendors uses different shipping people to go through, and so if that person that acquired it paid a little bit more to get it shipped over to them, it's going to fluctuate the price. But shipping's just more than what it used to be for them to get them over here, so that's kind of what it is now.
I'll be back.
Okay, he's bringing up more presents apparently. A hypercell fused. He had a couple of those. I didn't have one. He actually acquired a new hypercell fused to do the nuclear cell video, I believe it was. Luke had a Super Idol, and he has an IQ Pink also. We sold the Super Idol. What's the difference between the phase flow and the phase 2?
Phase 2 has a chemically, let me see, it creates chemical friction. It's basically the Wild Streak cover is Roto's phase 2 cover variant. I think the phase flow cover is a little bit stronger, a little bit more
Kratos, he wasn't even up
responsive.
here to make fun of him. The Outcry is not new and is not overseas. It's actually a 2015 Roto Grip ball that was stateside. Luke just did not get to drill it back then. Oh, he's gonna make people jealous. Get it down here.
Yep, I finally got one of these in. These have been on back order for a little bit. So this is my
It is very pretty because
Zen.
with the winter pours has some extra phasing.
phasing. Now, and Angel doesn't like purple, but this is not purple. I mean, she still don't like it. But
No, it's too this energy.
yeah.
I know.
So yeah, this is just one.
Won't do it. If
Some of
I
the
could
fucking
get
balls
one with
ever.
very minimal purple and it had more gray and more blue, I might consider it. But I would have to like go through the warehouse and pick one out. And that's not
really
gonna
want
happen,
to
so.
ask Chad McLean what the actual storm formula of this is, because the global balls are all made at the storm plant now, and so even the Rotogrip balls use Rotogrip kind of has their own formulas, but they're fairly similar to the storm formulas. And the formulas that are on the global balls are storm formulas. They may not be specifically R2S or NRG or whatever else. They're going to be variations of those formulas. But it's kind of interesting that the water spotting on the Zen here really reminds me of NEX Pearl. It just, the way that the cover looks reminds me of the Axiom Pearl cover. And with the way that the ball acts, it's strong and kind of responsive, but not, it's very consistent. That's what a lot of the pros have described it as, is they really like using it because it feels more like a polished solid than something like a pearl. And with the NEX Pearl cover being so strong, you know, once you polish it in pearl form, it's going to be fairly responsive, but that formula itself is very strong to begin with. So it's going to be kind of a best of both worlds type of thing. And so this cover really reminds me, just looking at it and watching other people throw it and seeing what they have to say about it, it reminds me of an NRG/NEX Pearl cover. So I would be interested to know exactly what cover stock formula this actually is. But
I don't think we're going to see Sense on 900 because we don't see Sense on Roto Grip. It's just that Storm's
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that's kind of Storm's thing, so it's probably just going to be what it is. Also got
I don't know if all his toys.
a
Well, not all.
volatility torque. She doesn't like this one either.
No. It has green, but nope. Sorry. Purple cancels
The
it.
interesting thing about the volatility torque too is it's got these same water spots kind of in the cover, so it's very reminiscent of something stronger. NEX Pearl, NRG Pearl, something like this might even be Traction X7 Pearl, something like that. But this is the one that Jillian Martin's been throwing when she's been on TV for the PWBA finals or the PBA Junior National Finals that she was just in. She's throwing the volatility torque all the time.
And that's what made him decide it, that he just had to have the ball.
Yeah, it just watching her throw it and looking at the overall shot shape. I'd seen some other people throw it and I was kind of generally interested in it, but I thought, okay, well, we have a parallax and parallax effect now, and this is going to be fairly close, but it's not quite as early and smooth as the parallax, but it's definitely not as long and flippy, or it's definitely not as responsive or flippy as something like a nuclear cell. Watching this reminds me a lot more of a punchier, shiny Pearl RSTX1 or something like that. So, very interested in this one. So, looking forward to eventually drilling both of these. Have no idea when that's going to happen because I've still got a lot of other stuff to drill. But
Yep.
for right now, we drilled the IQ Rising because she really likes IQ stuff. I never got to drill an Outcry, and like I said, it's a higher RG IQ Tour type look, plus it's sanded. So I'm thinking that it might give me a pretty good look on chromium. Something that gets me down the lane a little bit further than an IQ Tour or something, but still blends the end of the lane like an IQ Tour. Most of the time when you get higher RG cores, you run into something like a high road where it's a higher RG core, but it's also a higher differential, so it's gonna boing a little bit more down lane. But I think that's probably gonna be now you just need to add a reality. We do have let me go grab the ordnance as long as.
Oh, yeah. The C4s are pretty.
Yeah.
I got a C4 because it is pretty.
Yeah, the ordnance C4 is remarkably gorgeous.
I did not expect that thing
Actually.
to be that impressive. And then we won one in a raffle. And so I was like, oh, okay, we'll just get him. And then when we opened the box, I was like, okay, now I need one. Yeah, I'm just absolutely opposed to purple. It is amazing. It actually seems to be getting worse. If it has purple, I just don't want anything to do with it. It has to be just because I will throw the Hectic and I will throw the UC2, but they're closer to another color of purple that I don't seem to mind it. Like the Hectic's a little bit more pinkish purple, and the UC2 is closer to black than purple.
All right, so surface value, the Ordnance C4 looks fairly regular. It's kind of teal and black, and the logos pop a little bit. Once you get in closer to the teal, it's got like yellow mica in it.
Yeah, it's almost like
So
how
it's a very-
the IQ Tour Nano Pearl, how you can see the orange flecks when you get up close. This is kind of the same. Like you get
it's
up
a
close
very-
to it.
It's a very shimmery, kind of yellowish shiny. As I'm turning it here, I think you can see it. It's a very shimmery color here. That's pretty nice. So, and this is actually for those of you Daredevil fans. The Rotogrip Daredevil. The numbers are remarkably similar to the Daredevil. The Ordnance C4 is a hybrid, but it's 248 RG 042 differential. The Daredevils were a 248 RG and 041 differential, or an 040 differential, I believe. And so this is just a kind of a surface version of kind of like a Daredevil type ball. So if you miss the Daredevil, the trick, or I mean the danger that technically came out.
You shot 300 with that danger.
Yeah,
Didn't you win some money off of that?
yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
He wants to forget it.
The Ordnance is definitely one of those bang for your buck type balls that's really going to surprise a lot of people. So keep that one on your radar. And last but not least, you've seen this on the Rise and Grind stream before, but we did get a Zen half ball that we are going to be getting some pro signatures on, and we're going to use it in a drawing sometime for something.
That's going to be the year-end drawing, our
Yeah.
big fundraiser for Positive Tales.
So our Positive Tales fundraiser in December at the end of the year. We see several pros at the tournaments that we go to in Kansas City. Brad Miller, Kyle Sherman. There's some other Packy Hanrahan. We get
Frankie,
Francois
yeah.
Lavoie every once in a while. Let me see, Mitch Hoope.
Yeah, none of them will be in Lawrence this weekend, but
Yeah, they're all going to be at the Masters, so thankfully.
you get to keep a little bit of your money.
Yeah, Kevin Williams. But we're gonna get him to sign this half ball.
Yep.
And we're gonna use this as a prize in our drawings.
Duh, James. Of course he's still going.
Yep. Wait, you're still going? What? Wait, what?
He was gone for a while. He didn't hear your roasting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't get the special James Niffen roast. That's gonna happen again on Friday, by the way.
Oh, get this question here too.
Opinion on Sarge Easter grip for someone who has a problem squeezing the ball. I've tried 0-4 to reverse on the thumb, and I still find myself squeezing. Span everything is perfect though. Sarge Easter is more used for people that have too high of a rev rate and they're looking to kind of cut their rev rate down. It's not necessarily used for somebody that has a problem squeezing the ball. Something that is very interesting that you might try. So I'll put this wonderful, glorious
Yep.
Zen half ball right there. All
Yep.
right, so look at your thumb. If you put your thumb in the thumb hole and you bend like this, what you've got is you've got an anchor point here, you've got an anchor point here, and then you've got another anchor point on the underside. And so basically you're just locked in there, you're not coming out. Now, if you go the opposite direction, grip with your knuckle, you have one anchor point that's right there, but it's a completely flat plane, so you can grip as hard as you want to with that knuckle right there, and your thumb will come out of the ball every single time.
Which is actually what I do.
When you grab something like that, I mean, it's going to take all kinds of time to get it out of there. But if you, even though this thumb hole doesn't fit, but if you grip with the knuckle, you go to pull out, it's just going to slip right out every single time. But you can grab, if you actually clench onto something, you can hold on to something, you know, if you want to hang on to it. But if you put your thumb in the thumb hole, bend it back until the tip of your thumbnail touches the back of the hole, then you can grip as hard as you want to with the knuckle, and it'll always come out of the hole.
Yeah.
So,
Which is what I do every single time.
Yeah,
because I
that-
was a grabber. When I got my very first ball drilled, they actually drilled it the span too long. So I had to grip it to hold on to it, and it created a very terrible habit. So Luke actually told me that 12 years ago now about that, and I've gripped it like that ever since.
I used Sarge Easter grip. wasn't necessarily for cutting down the rev rate for me. It was consistent pain in my ring finger knuckle. That could definitely be a thing too. So that would mean I need more reverse in the thumb, or just hold the ball in a different way. You don't need any more reverse in the thumb. It really pitches kind of depend on your span length more than anything, and there's a it's hard to kind of describe it, but you want to make sure to pay attention to the exit angle of your thumb, as well as how comfortable it feels in, you know, just hanging on to it, because you're not going to find something that's both perfectly comfortable and perfectly functional. You have to find a blend of the two, but if you have too much angle, then your thumb, either one way or the other, if you have too much reverse pitch, then you're going to be clenching and grabbing to hang on to it throughout the entire swing. If you have too much forward pitch, your thumb's just not going to want to come out of the thumb hole at the angle that it's in there at. So you kind of have to find a best of both worlds type thing, and make sure it's comfortable, make sure it's functional too. So you don't really have to get different angles in the thumb, you just have to hold the ball different. Instead of squeezing like this, you want to squeeze with the knuckle. And it's a completely counterintuitive way to do it, because every time you go to pick up a pop can or whatever else, you grab it like that. You don't grab it like that. So it's kind of an interesting,
It's extremely intentional when you get up.
Yeah, you have to focus on doing it.
So when I'm doing it, see if I can get my hand in here. My middle finger is very relaxed, but my ring finger, I am just gripping on with dear life. And then this one is, like you said, just bent straight back. But I've got such an angle with my thumb that I actually use that skin tape that goes in the back of it, because I'll create like this little suction on the back of my thumb, and I'll get a sore there and constantly just keep ripping skin off.
So, all right, well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night here. I was contemplating drilling another ball, but I don't really have any kind of a need for any other ball. The next two kind of on the chopping block are my original phase and my phase grip, which is a hybrid version of the original phase, because those have both been around for about 4 or 5 years. I don't want to let them sit down there.
Yeah, I was talking to him earlier when you were when the press was on, that basically we kind of decided a rule as far as what's next for the most part. Now, obviously, there's going to be some variances in there.
Yeah.
But how we're going to probably go forward with drilling is whatever's been sitting around the longest. Unless something comes in, we're like, nope, I want it right now.
Oh, where's the depth charge? Go grab. Oh, it's actually.
Yeah, I was to say, you haven't cleaned out your car yet, dear.
Yeah, well, that was intentional. And the depth charge actually came out pretty darn good.
Steve, I thought I tagged you in Discord. I threw it last Friday, and Luke posted a video of me throwing it in Discord.
And this ball actually reacts quite a bit better than I expected it to as well. Mine, that I got back from a buddy that I had since, the early 2000s, my original one that I had, it kind of acted like a marble. It hooked a little bit and then kind of straightened out and didn't really do a whole lot. And of course, it's 20 years old, so I didn't expect much out of it, but it was It was whatever. Hers actually reacts very, very good. I mean, it's impressive. It's kind of like a Marble Pearl that goes a hair bit longer and is a little bit firmer on the back end. It's very continuous. It reacts just the way that I remember my original one acting, 20 years ago. So, and
Yeah.
she got it from somebody who was just going to donate it to Goodwill, and she thought she'd give it a shot. And if it didn't work, no harm, no
Yeah,
foul.
actually, Steve's in here, so we
Yeah,
got it from Steve.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, no, once we got it done, I did go on ahead. There's the plug work. The fingers blended in pretty good. I didn't get the thumb quite light enough, but it doesn't look bad at all.
No, you can't. It's not an eyesore when it goes down the lane, so it's fine.
Yeah,
That's the main part.
But yeah, the fingers I'm pretty happy with. The fingers actually look where the fingers were at right here, so it actually blends in really well.
Yep.
The thumb hole just got a little bit too dark, but once I got everything kind of finished up, it's in really good shape. It looks really good. It reacts really good, and so
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool.
It's not. It doesn't have the. I mean, it covers boards, but it doesn't have the check mark.
Yeah, it's like a stronger IQ almost. It's a stronger IQ Emerald type look. So it worked out really good.
Yeah, and James just posted the Discord link again. So any of y'all that are still in here and haven't heard yet, the Discord, all you have to do is have an email. It's free. There is a paid side to it. It's Patreon. It's $5 a month. That's only if you want to. If you want a free trial run, wait until after the 5th of the month. Hop on over, join. If you don't like it, just cancel before the end of the month before that charges your card. No loss. We have no problem with it. It's not a moneymaker. It's just we offer some extra stuff on the other side of the paywall as a bonus for being there. But if it's not your thing, cool. Don't mind.
Yeah, again, it's more of a troll filter. Nobody's going to sign up and pay for anything to come heckle a bunch of people talking about bowling stuff. So
Yeah, it's a bunch of, I think Colin's the one that said it earlier. Just a bunch of bowling nerds hanging out, helping each other. James loves to Arsenal build with people, theory craft galore. He'll build any spreadsheet under the sun. Ilpad, I don't think he's in here right now. We'll post daily questions during the week. Someone say Arsenal building. Yeah, that James loves it. If you have a ball missing in your bag or you just want to purchase a new ball, he will pick your brain and he will figure out what ball you need to go get.
or if you want to talk about cover stock designators.
Yes. James loves to talk about cover stock designated shoes. He will just talk your ear off. He loves it so much. I can see his eyes rolling from here.
All right, well, it's nap time. The doggos are starting to stare at us, so
James has left the chat.
yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. We're gonna have a Rise and Grinds on Friday afternoon, I believe, at 1 p.m. Central is what we're shooting for. 1 p.m., 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that.
It's more depending on James when he gets in.
Yeah, James is coming back in again for a couple of tournaments this weekend, and we're gonna be hopefully live from my brother's brewing company with a couple of good beers and some of their ridiculously amazing food. And it is First Friday. In a lot of places, there's an art walk. It's in the artsy district of Topeka, and so it might be a little bit too busy to do a live stream, so we might actually come back and do the stream while James is drilling an insight. So we will see what we actually end up doing, but
They're going to hang out at some point. We will be on YouTube on Friday to hang out and talk with y'all, and then James will also be streaming from his channel the bowling tournaments all weekend. So if you have not subbed to Shimwrecker Enterprises, hop over and do that so that way you get the notification for when he goes live for those. And then if you're in the Discord, it will also alert you in there too.
let's see. When are you headed out to USBCs? We're bowling July 17th and 18th. Are our official dates, and that's the last 2 days of the tournament as far as I know. So pretty excited about that, especially with missing last year. This is also going to be my first year as a lefty, but urethane for the win. So, and the Outcry will probably go to nationals. It might actually be in play on the double and singles pattern. I think that the ProMotion or urethane is, and maybe even the IQ Tour Nano Pearl are going to be options for team, but some stronger stuff is going to be in play for doubles and singles, stuff like the Rubicon or STX1, stuff like that. So,
Yep.
all right, we will talk to you guys on Friday, I believe. So, IQ Tour Rising, which is an overseas IQ Tour Fusion, and the Outcry, which was a 2015 HP2 ball stateside. I just never got a chance to drill, so pretty excited about that. Thanks Kenan McFalls for that. I actually got that from Kenan, so
Yep.
we're looking forward to throwing these. Angel's going to throw this one in league on Friday night. I might throw that one tomorrow. Highly doubtful. I'll probably just save it for Saturday. But thanks everybody, and we'll see you on Rise and Grind with James and Jonathan on Friday.